Hello, in this video we are going to discuss about basics of linked list. So let's get started. So first one is definition of linked list. So how can we define this linked list? Okay. So linked list basically contains nodes which are connected one after the other with the help of a pointer. Okay, so first node containing a pointer will be pointing to the second node, and the second node corresponding pointer will be pointing to the third node, and so on. Okay, so this is the general representation of a node in a linked list. So I'll show you the parts inside a node for the linked list. It basically contains two parts. First one is a data part, and the next one is a pointer which is pointing to similar node, and the name of the pointer is next. Okay, so if you observe an example for this representation, we will have a head pointer in the linked list which is pointing to the first node of the linked list. Okay, so an example, consider this is 10 and it contains a pointer pointing to the second node. Okay, so this can be null, this can be null. So this is a data part, this is next part, and this is again data part, and this is next part, like this. Now, how do we count the number of nodes in the linked list? So there are three steps in order to perform this particular task. Okay, first one is we have to consider a count variable whose value is initially 0, because we are maintaining this count with the help of this variable, and traverse the entire linked list, and whenever you find a node, you just increment the count variable. So this traversing will end until it reaches the null. Okay, because the last node will be the null, right? So first, if you see this, we are considering a temp pointer which is pointing to head. So let us consider an example quickly here. Head is the pointer pointing to this node. Okay, and consider the second node with a data of 20, and also consider the third node with a data of 30, and this is going to point to null. Okay, like this. So first, temp is the pointer pointing where exactly head is pointing to. So temp is also pointing to this location, and initially count equal to 0. So we are considering a variable called count, and its value is initially 0. Now temp not equal to null. As temp is not pointing to null, hence move this temp to the next position. So this temp pointer must be pointing to the next node, and count plus plus count value will be updated to 1. In the next iteration, temp not equal to null. As temp is not pointing to null, hence move this temp pointer to the next position. So this time this temp pointer will be moving to the next node. So count plus plus count value will be further incremented by 1, and count value becomes 2. In the next iteration, temp not equal to null. Temp is not pointing to null. Condition becomes true. Hence this block of statements will be executed. Again the temp pointer will be pointing to the next node. So this time temp is pointing to null. Count plus plus. Now this particular count value will be further incremented, and the count value will be equal to 3. Okay. And in the next iteration, temp not equal to null. Temp is actually pointing to null. So this condition becomes false. The block of statement will not be executed now, and the control is transferred to execute the next statement, which is placed outside the while block. So this is going to print total number of nodes is equal to count. Hence the output will be total number of nodes is equal to 3. like this.